And if you watched another one of my videos, I was talking about contracting out someone who does the graphic designs for actually Alex Hormozi and Codie Sanchez. And I've been talking to this person back and forth. They charge $2,400 per month for 2 videos per week. They're doing very, very solid work. And I am just going to be putting that on Ken's company card. I've already talked to the team. They all said they're down for it. So I'm not going to be out of pocket on that. But I was talking to the guy who runs that company, and I was like, dude, you have no leverage with what you're doing. So I was explaining to him my business model a little bit, which is where I'll go into somebody's brand and I'll say, hey, my goal is to help you get more customers because I'm working with large business owners. So what I'm really trying to do is promise them that the dream outcome that they want, because I know what they want. They want more customers for their business. So by doing that, I'm going to be growing your social medias, let's say 10, 20x. And then from there, going to be setting up some back end funnel sequences to convert viewers into paying customers. And I'm going to do all of this so there is no work on your hands. It will be all completely hands off. And so they absolutely love that because it is hands off and the results are actually so far been very well, thankfully. So I was telling him how I kind of think of structuring deals for revenue sharing and increasing my income per client, because I was telling him, dude, at let's say 2,500 bucks per month, your margins are 50%. For you to make 25, 50 grand per month, you're going to need 50 clients almost, or let's say 30 to 50 clients. So that means you're going to have to hire, let's say 10, 20 more people that you're going to have to manage, and then you're going to have to hire a manager, which is going to lower your margins. And there's just not that much demand for super high paying graphic designing of what you are offering. So I was telling him, like, dude, you got to think of how you can structure deals because you're already working with the top names. How can you increase your ROI per customer by offering more value, by making them more money? Because I like the guy a lot. He's a little bit older than me. I think we're going to be very good friends. But that's how I was thinking through his business model, because I used to have a similar model where I was charging around $3,000 per month, and my margins were maybe not quite 50%. They were probably like 35%. And I got up to probably 6 different clients. And then my margins were going down. And then I was like, I got to stop this. I got to stop this and figure out how to make a ton more money per client. And then I can expand. And that's what I've been figuring out. And it's been fortunate enough to work. But now I have a few different issues that I've run into, but not what I'm going to talk about right now. Anyway, I was going back and forth with this guy thinking, like, what can you offer to really increase your ROI per customer? You could offer the editing for all the videos, you could offer the ideas, you could offer some scripts or stuff, but I was saying that's still pretty low leverage stuff. You need to have a way to get some skin in the game on the back end, because that's really where you make the money. But that's what I think of whenever I'm contracting someone's business out or I'm thinking about business. It's always, how can I get more leverage out of this? Because if your goal, let's say, is to make 100 grand a month, which is, let's say, a big goal of mine, profit, you got to you got to do the math on that. And if I was running a business that I was making $2,400 per month with 50% margins, to get to 100 grand per month, I'm going to need like 80 clients. Which, you know how hard it is to show good results for 80 clients if you're doing uh, I mean, that would be ridiculously I would never want 80 clients. You know how, like, you're guaranteed to have at least, let's say, 10 emails coming in a week from the teams of those clients with different work that they're sending to you. I mean, that would be such a headache. I mean, if you were charging $10,000 per client and you got to 80, you'd obviously be making a ridiculous amount more money, but you could hire fantastic people to do the work for you. The problem, if you're doing 2,400 bucks per client, and when you're hiring people, they can only work on a few different projects at once. There's a scalability issue of people because you can't hire the best people, and that's what really takes to scale. So I always try and figure out, how can I make more per client? And the way you do that is by just generating them more money. If you make someone more money than they pay you, and you continuously do that, they'll continue to pay you more if you can provide more value to them. So I always just think of, how can I provide more value to the marketplace to where I can get paid more? Uh, and I'm sure a lot of people are in a similar situation. Well, not that watches my videos because no one watches these things. Thankfully, All Nighter Hider was talking about me in one of his videos, and I had to turn it off. I was like, "No, please stop!" I feel weird when I get comments and people subscribe to this. I don't know. I get very my cheeks blush up, and I get a little nervous. Whew, anyway, that's besides me being a soy boy for that. What I was saying was a lot of people are in a very low leverage business, like running a restaurant or even having like a gym or like a little retail store or something. There's just not that much leverage. And the way why I keep on nailing down on this is every single super successful or successful business owner in the standpoint of how much money they make is that's what they think about. And so I'm just trying to adopt the trait of thinking in larger terms because whenever I'm hanging around someone who's made like real FU money, like I mean real FU money, uh, that's what they think about if they are even considering some sort of opportunity or someone's business. Like this is their thought process. And because I've seen it from probably 10 different sources, all in a similar financial position, all in different businesses, it's the only outcome that I can come to rationally. That if this is what these people are doing, I'm going to adopt the same trait because that's what they've all recommended to me. And I might not be the smartest person alive, but I'm definitely not dumb enough to realize the correlation of all these super successful people and not doing the same thing. I mean that is really how you are dumb. So anyway, the problem with doing a video every single day for at least 1,000 days is what I've sworn to is progression moves so incredibly slowly. So I've been working all day, making progress, but nothing major. Things happen over a very long time period if you expect to see results intraday for whatever it is you are trying to implement or do. That is, I mean, naive at best. So talking about something is very difficult when I mean I'm just doing the same thing every single day and sometimes I have an idea that I'll act upon